Good morning. Yes, I'm aware that there is a huge stain on my t-shirt. I cannot get it out, but I'm not going anywhere, so I'm keeping the shirt on. Today's vlog is going to be one of the first of a weight loss journey, and I don't know where I'm taking these vlogs, but I know that I like to talk about food, and this is where I'm at. So right now, I haven't been on like a weight loss journey since probably I was 20. Yeah. I went through one like in high school-ish. I dropped a lot of weight then. I think that was just like more so hormones. When I really put in that effort to lose weight was when I was like 20. I just fell into a healthier lifestyle when I was living with my sister. I got myself to a size medium, which was a really great time. I was like a size 8 in jeans, and it was just easy for me to buy clothes, and I was active. And then I moved in with my parents and my lifestyle changed. And one day I just realized, fuck, like I can feel my weight and I don't like this. And I also don't like how I feel like my body, like actual like digestion. And I struggle with bloating and I have acid reflux at the young age of 26. I don't like it. So that's why we're here today. It's a combination of all the things. I want to change the way that I feel in my body. I want to change my habits and lifestyle, and I do want to change the way that my body looks, the way that my body carries itself, the way that I just feel in my body, and the way that I also feel about myself. All the reasons are there. I will be open and honest about that. It's going to be a very difficult journey because I do live with family, and I also don't have full-time income coming in. So for one, I can be influenced by family because they're not going to be living the same lifestyle that I am, and that's always been the issue with that. And that's kind of where I fell downwards, is because I let go of my old habits and routines that were contributing to health for me, and I fell into habits and routines that are not contributing in good ways to my health and instead are leading me towards diabetes, which everyone in the household has. So that's going to be difficult. But the part of me not having an income is going to be difficult, is just because I can't guarantee when I can buy groceries that are going to support my habits. And same goes for just like working out. If I want to go to certain classes, I can't guarantee when I will have the money to do so. I do have income coming in, but I don't have full-time income, so that can be a little tricky, but that's okay. We just got to get resourceful. I didn't have any source of like protein today, so I used what I had, and this is what I have. So for the first installment of this video series, we're just gonna do like what I eat in a day and just some introductions and showing you what I'm working with. So this is my breakfast of the day. It's like 11 right now, so it's more so like a brunch. But I have one slice of sourdough toast. I have half, maybe no, like a quarter of an avocado, literally leftover avocado, half of a cottage cheese like pack, like a quarter of a cucumber in here. Again, just kind of using whatever I have in the house. I had a leftover boiled egg, and then I made a small, like a very small potato with sauteed red peppers and onions. And this is what I'm having for breakfast. I don't know what the calories are right now. I'm gonna put it into my Fitness Pal, put that on the screen. I'm also having a matcha latte. When it comes to my drinks, it's gonna be a hard one to cut down on calories because I love a good beverage, you guys. Like, I am a drink girl. My matcha latte is 250 calories. I use Chobani oat milk, I use agave syrup, and then my matcha powder is in rotation just because I do like matcha reviews and things like that. But most matcha powder is about 5 calories per teaspoon, and I have been trying alternative milks that are lower in calories just to see if I would want to switch that out to cut down on calories. So far I've not been impressed. Those videos are on my TikTok and on my Instagram if you want to see those. So according to my Fitness Pal, which I only downloaded this morning, I can have, based off of my weight and my height, I can have 2200 calories a day. Back when I was I think it was 2000, and my deficit was 1500, or was it 1800? Honestly, I can't remember. This was so long ago. I haven't counted calories in a very long time. Someone tell me if I'm wrong here, but if the 2200 is my current, like what I should be doing, would that mean then my deficit would be less than that? And maybe I would want to shoot for like 1800 instead? Or should I be at the 2200 mark regardless? I feel like I couldn't really know unless I know how much I have regularly now. Because say if I have like regularly, I have like 3,000 a day, then that would make sense to just try and meet my regular at 2200, because then that would be a deficit. But I don't actually know what my typical calorie intake is on a daily basis. I'm actually just gonna start tracking the calories just to see what I'm eating in calories a day, and then what my average is. That's when I'll decide where I'm taking the calorie deficit and what that number is going to be. So right now I'm mostly just observing. I'm not necessarily cutting anything. I'm just gonna observe what my diet is. Also, I started my period today. I just want to get in bed and sleep. Hey guys, I've got my mic set up, but I'm sure you guys can still hear the TV and the fan. Yeah. So I'm having brunch again. I'm on my period. Yay! And the cramps are like pretty intense this cycle. It just sucks. It feels like I have like a stick or like a knife like stuck here. Just stuck here. So I'm like walking and like trying not to like shift this figurative like knife that's like in my uterus, but it is what it is. I don't have as much energy as I would like, and I don't really have a plan for the day, but I think I'm gonna do mostly just like editing. I have like 3 YouTube videos, you guys, that I just need to finish editing and get them posted. I've been keeping up with my TikTok and my Instagram. I also have a new link tree, and I'm excited because I created Amazon like wish lists that I'm using as a way to link products that I use often that you guys see, so that way you guys can use those links just to add items to your cart. And you don't have to purchase off of Amazon. Obviously, if you're boycotting Amazon, you can look at the list and purchase the items elsewhere. Part of my weight loss is actually going to be eating more food. I feel like I don't eat enough food, and I know that when your body isn't getting all the nutrients that it needs, it starts burning your muscle rather than your fat, and it holds on to the fat on your body. And so I do think that that could be the case for myself. I think I just need to eat more food, especially a lot more protein. I think I maybe had like 30 grams of protein yesterday. This is today's brunch. I made a cheese omelet, potatoes, there's a couple slices of salami and cucumber. I'm trying to get as much color on my plate as I can. I am starting to run out of some items, so I'm going to have to go grocery shopping soon. I don't know the macros on this, but I will figure that out and I'll insert it here. And I will see you guys for dinner. I gotta be honest with you guys, I started the new series of Criminal Minds, the Evolution series, yesterday, and I've been binge watching it like all day, and I'm like so paranoid. I have to like take it easy on my true crime and my caffeine intake, because when I combine the two, it is not good. So let me just show you what I got. Starting off with a can of these Zevias. So I typically will drink like Olipop or Waterloo, but I tried one of the cream sodas and I really liked it, so I decided to grab a box of the Dr. Zevia, which I'm assuming is their version of Dr. Pepper. I'm actually going to put one of these in the refrigerator now so I can have a cold one with dinner. I also restocked on my Chobani oat milk. This is the extra creamy version. I grabbed these for breakfast tomorrow. These are turkey sausages. The macros are pretty good. These are 2 sausages for 80 calories. 8 grams of protein. I also got some cottage cheese. This is Shamrock, 13 grams of protein per serving. Each serving is half a cup. for 120 calories. Got a mixed variety of berries, so I picked up some blackberries, strawberries, and they had a coupon for blueberries, so I got these for $2.99. The original price is $7.99. That was a huge steal, and I love blueberries. I never really buy them ever though because they're so expensive these days. I got some cuties and then baby bell peppers. I love sauteing this in the morning for breakfast with onions, so I'm gonna chop these up tonight and get them prepared. For my little sweet treat, I picked up a bag of mini chocolate chips. I like to keep these on hand at all times because I like to just use them as like a little topping on anything and everything. And then I grabbed 2 tubs of Breyers. This is my preferred ice cream because they have a lactate enzyme in them, which is better for you if you struggle with dairy products. Although I'm only reading it on this one, my butter pecan. These are my 2 favorite flavors of ice cream, if anyone needs to know: Rocky Road and butter pecan. Actually, I might have some now. I remind myself I am a grown adult. I can do whatever I want. And it's like nice and melted a little bit. Creamy chipotle chicken over rice is one of my favorite meals, and I'm going to show you how I made it. You'll start with sauteing onion, garlic, and tomato. Then you're going to get your blender and a can of the chipotles with adobo sauce and some cottage cheese, and you're going to throw that in the blender with your sauteed onions, tomato, and garlic. If you have chicken stock, you can use that as a liquid base. I just took regular water with chicken bouillon seasoning and made my own chicken broth of sorts and blended that all together. You're going to take this mixture over to your chicken breast and you're going to throw that on the stove and cook that chicken breast through. Just salt, pepper, garlic, onion, and then we're going to add that sauce to the chicken once it's fully cooked through. I know you guys probably want a recipe from me, but I don't have one. I don't cook with recipes. I cook with my stomach and what my stomach tells me is correct. The traditional recipe is made with cream cheese, sour cream, heavy cream, and those have higher fat contents for less. It's like 2 tablespoons as a serving, whereas when you do cottage cheese has the same amount of fat but for more volume. You're getting more for the same amount of fat. You're also getting added protein, which is why we're doing this with cottage cheese. I did pair this up with some jasmine rice, which is my favorite rice. I did a little less than the serving and then just frozen veggies that I found in the freezer. I'm no expert when it comes to calorie and macro counting, but I am an expert at flavor, and this was delicious. I don't know the macros off the top of my head, but I did do under the serving of rice. I do also have one of the Zevias that I was showing you guys earlier. These are 0 calories. Let's just do a quick taste test together, because this is the first time I'm trying this flavor. That smells like paint. Oh, I like the carbonation. Don't really care for the flavor. It kind of tastes like grape. If this were really cold, I'd really enjoy this, but this is good. I think I would purchase it again. Definitely want to try other flavors. The Dr. Pepper version of Olipop is like my favorite, but sometimes when I want one, I can't have one because of the caffeine in it. So this would be great in those instances when I want an Olipop Dr. Pepper without the caffeine. I can have a Dr. Zevia. Let's try this food. So I'm just gonna go in with the sauce and some rice. My sauce was kind of separating as it was cooking, which isn't typical. Yeah, I'd say you can taste the difference from instead of the cream cheese compared to the cottage cheese. It's not bad. It doesn't taste gross, but you can tell a difference. Very good. But if you are in a calorie deficit, God, there's so much chipotles in here. I barely did like a quarter of the can. If you're on a calorie deficit and you want to do a recipe like this, there is more benefit to switching out the cream cheese for cottage cheese. Just finding ways to make alternative options to what you typically eat in your household. Call me a wuss. Oh my god. Call me a wuss if you'd like, but like I need some more cottage cheese to balance this out because it is so spicy. Got sauteed veggies, scrambled eggs with cottage cheese. I've got 2 sausage links on the stove top. No, I burnt my sourdough, so that's awesome. I'm gonna top all of it off with some berries. And did you think I'd forget about my matcha? No. I'm gonna stick with my regular matcha latte recipe. I've already measured everything out and checked all the calories on everything. I also already created the recipe in MyFitnessPal. So just for the convenience, I'm gonna keep it all the same. Do a teaspoon of my matcha. This depends on the matcha that you have because some matchas don't taste quite the same. I'm actually gonna measure out my water today because I want to try and make it as foamy as I can. This is the Sprouts agave. I do prefer the light nectar agave over the dark nectar agave. Majority of the agaves that I've tried always are going to be the same calories, so it's a tablespoon for 60 calories. I do 2 tablespoons because that's where I find that I like my sweetness to be at. This is also just going to depend on the matcha that you get. Some matcha comes pre-sweetened, some matcha just naturally has a sweetness to it. Some matchas are more bitter, so you may feel like you need more sweetener to counteract the bitterness. Serving size on my Chobani milk is a cup. You get a cup of milk for 150 calories. I'm gonna add the matcha now. So this in total is anywhere from 250 to 263 calories, depending on the agave you use, the matcha you use, and the milk. You could even lower the calories if you switch out the milk. There are lower calorie milk options out there. There's also like sugar-free options out there. This is the current setup. I have unfolded laundry. I'm watching Criminal Minds and getting ready to sign up for ClassPass. I had an account before, but I didn't understand the concept and I never used it. I think I was like 19 and like really depressed and like living with my sister. So I let all of my credits just go out to waste. And every once in a while I'll get the like rejoin emails, but I think this time I'm actually gonna take up on one of their offers. Oh my god, you guys, that was so good. I love yoga. Oh my god, that was amazing. So I think I'm about a week into this vlog. I've been picking up the camera just here and there, showing what my meals are looking like, kind of updating what my thoughts are around my weight loss journey. Right now I'm just making a rice cake with peanut butter because I am going to a yoga class. I went to one yesterday and I loved it, you guys. It was so peaceful and good. It's like I was sweating, like it was challenging, but it was still just very still, and it just gave me some calm and I loved it. I know I talked about it, but I don't know if I ever updated you guys on ClassPass. I did renew my membership. For the next 2 weeks, I have access to 28 credits, so I'm trying to use those as often as I can. So far, I have every day booked with some kind of physical activity. So today I'm doing yoga. Tomorrow I'm going to be taking a walk with a local group in Arizona over at Tempe Town Lake. On Friday, there's another local group in Tempe, Arizona at the Tempe Town Lake doing yoga. And then Saturday, I did book in a bar class a couple of miles from me through ClassPass. Sunday may end up being a rest day. We'll see. Monday, I start a new job. So Sunday will probably be a rest day. Damn. I really gotta go to work again. I don't like that. Something that I've noticed with calorie counting. Again, I'm just counting the calories as of right now. I'm not going into a calorie deficit. What I've noticed from tracking my calories is that I tend to eat less calories than what I'm supposed to. I think what my issue is that I'm not moving enough. Granted, I don't have like an Oura ring or an Apple Watch to fully track my steps per day. My phone is the only thing tracking my steps. I'm getting like 300 steps a day. So right now I'm at 1100. I went to the grocery store and had my phone in my hand. So if I don't have my phone in my hand, it's not tracking what I'm doing, like how much I'm walking. So I don't even think necessarily the calories that I'm eating is the issue. I think the issue is that I'm not active, which is why I'm booking in activities all week. I just got out of the yoga and that was really nice. I will say I couldn't get my thoughts too quiet. Yeah, I was just like thinking the whole time. I think it might have been because the studio was smaller than yesterday's. Yesterday's had a really big studio and there was 5 of us, but today was a smaller studio of 6 of us. So it was just, closer together, I guess. I don't know. Also, I am stressed out about a couple things and my body's sore. So I think I just have different things on my mind. I was like laying there and she was like saying like, breathe in and exhale. And when she was said breathe, my brain was like, and breathe, just breathe, oh, breathe, like over and over again. So I couldn't really get into the mindfulness, but I noticed the mindfulness and it was called mindful movements. And what I really liked was that it was a little bit slower than the yoga from yesterday. So I really, really got into like the stretches. I initially was struggling because my body is sore from yesterday. Yesterday felt like a workout. This felt like mindful movement. So it's very interesting to see the difference between the practices and the yoga instructors and how they prefer to teach yoga. That's what this is all about. I'm using the class pass to try different places and see which one I feel is the best for me. This honestly I feel like is a class that I could go to on a really rough day with anxiety or with therapy because it's very slow and mindful versus like workout. I feel like the one from yesterday was like mindful workout. This was mindful movement. So, anywho, let's go home.